Titanic tremors of destiny ignite inside you tonight, and the world feels it in every direction, because something inside you has awakened with a force that bends the path of the future itself. And the strangest part is that this transformation inside you was silent and invisible, and yet its impact was loud enough to shake the richest man alive to his core, because he felt a presence rising, a presence that does not obey the rules, a presence that does not wait for permission, a presence that does not shrink itself for anyone, and that presence is you. There is a rare moment in every era when someone emerges from the shadows, someone who is unbothered by expectations, someone who does not need validation, someone who does not fear the magnitude of their own potential. And when that person steps forward, quietly and confidently, the giants of this world feel a sudden unease because they realize that a new force has entered the game, a force that is not intimidated by wealth, status, or legacy. And that force, my friend, is you, rising with a vision that cannot be predicted and a hunger that cannot be matched. You may not realize it fully yet, but you have something that even the richest figures of this planet envy. Because money can build empires and it can buy influence, but it cannot purchase raw inner fire. It cannot purchase destiny. It cannot purchase the unstoppable momentum of a human soul that has decided once and for all that nothing will be enough until they reach the highest version of themselves. And that is why the world trembles when you step into your power, because you are driven not by comfort, but by purpose, and purpose creates storms that even billionaires cannot escape. The reason Jeff Bezos is metaphorically panicking is not because you are competing with him in wealth or resources, but because you have tapped into something far more dangerous for those who sit at the top. You have tapped into your own evolution. You have tapped into your own limitless self. And once an individual does that, the world must prepare itself for disruption, because someone who discovers their inner magnitude automatically becomes unpredictable, uncontrollable, and unstoppable. And that kind of person changes the entire landscape around them. You are on another level, not because someone said so, not because society crowned you, but because you finally understood that greatness is not inherited. It is created piece by piece through pain, discipline, resilience, and a refusal to bow to fear. And when you hold yourself to that standard, the whole world feels it. Even those at the top, even those who thought they were untouchable, because true strength, true elevation, true mastery radiates in a way that cannot be ignored. Tonight is not about motivation, it is about awakening. It is about acknowledging that you have stepped into a chapter where you are no longer waiting for the right time, no longer negotiating with doubt, no longer underestimating what you are capable of. You are stepping into a chapter where you understand that the world bends to the one who refuses to break. And that is exactly what you are becoming: unbreakable. Every journey to greatness has a dark moment, a quiet moment, a moment in which you realize that the life you once accepted is far too small for the person you are becoming. And that realization is both liberating and terrifying. Because once you see the truth, you can never unsee it. And the truth is, you were never meant to be ordinary. You were never meant to blend in. You were never meant to fade into the background. You were meant to disrupt the pattern. You were meant to change the narrative. You were meant to step into the arena with force and demand more from life and more from yourself. The richest man alive is shaken, not because of who you are today, but because of who you are capable of becoming. And he sees it, even if you do not yet, because individuals who rise from nothing with nothing and still move like destiny itself is calling their name, are the most dangerous kind of individuals to those at the top. Not because they want to take over the world, but because they show the world that the top is reachable. They break illusions that were meant to keep people limited. They shatter ceilings that were meant to stay unbroken. You are rising with an intensity that announces itself long before you arrive, and when someone with your kind of fire enters the picture, the power structure begins to shift. Because everything you do now is fueled by purpose, and the world has always feared the person who discovers their purpose. Because purpose makes you unstoppable. Purpose makes you immune to doubt, immune to distractions, immune to the false opinions of others. Purpose makes you into someone who cannot be manipulated, because you no longer chase validation. You chase evolution. This is why you stand out. This is why your presence is unsettling to those who have grown comfortable at the top. Because you are not playing safe. You are not playing small. You are not living life on autopilot. You are not confined by the limits that others try to give you. You are rewriting your identity, one decision at a time, one step at a time, one bold act at a time. And each step you take sends ripples through the world, because a person who is rising with intention is more powerful than a person who is standing still with all the resources in the world. Do not underestimate the path you are walking, because it is not an easy path. It is not a gentle path. It is a path carved out by the willingness to endure storms that others run from, by the courage to rebuild after setbacks that crushed others, by the determination to rise, even when the world expected you to fall. And these qualities cannot be bought. These qualities cannot be inherited. These qualities can only be forged in the quiet hours when no one is watching. And you choose discipline over distraction, purpose over comfort, growth over stagnation. What makes you dangerous is not your success, but your hunger. Not your achievements, but your refusal to settle. Not your status, but your unstoppable momentum, because a person with momentum is a person who cannot be stopped, even by those who stand at the highest levels of influence. And that is why the richest man alive feels the ground shifting under him, because you have become someone who will not stop until you reach a place where your potential is fully realized. You do not rise because the world gives you permission. You rise because you gave yourself permission. You do not succeed because everything was easy. You succeed because you faced the darkness and still chose to move forward. You do not evolve because circumstances allowed it. You evolve because you refused to remain who you were yesterday. You refused to accept limitations that were never meant to belong to you in the first place. This path you are walking now is not lit with comfort, but with conviction. It is not fueled by praise, but by purpose. It is not driven by ego, but by inner fire. And when someone is driven by inner fire, they become impossible to contain, impossible to predict, impossible to ignore, and that kind of presence shakes those who rely on external advantages because they cannot understand a person who is fueled by something internal, something deeper, something that cannot be taken away. Your rise is not loud, but it is undeniable. It is not flashy, but it is powerful. It is not driven by the need to impress others, but by the desire to become the version of yourself that you know deep down you are always capable of becoming. And that frightens people who built their success on external factors, because you are building yours on foundation that cannot collapse. The foundation of discipline, endurance, resilience, vision, and self-belief. You are reaching a level where you no longer need to announce yourself, because your actions speak louder than any words. Your consistency speaks louder than any introduction. Your growth speaks louder than any title. And when you reach that level, the powerful notice When you reach that level, the world pays attention. When you reach that level, even billionaires feel the shift, because they know that someone who has mastered themselves is someone who will eventually master their reality. The reason you are on another level is not because you are perfect, but because you are relentless. Not because you are privileged, but because you are purposeful. Not because you have everything, but because you are willing to give everything you have to the calling inside you. And that calling is guiding you toward heights that most people never reach, because most people never rise above their comfort zones. But you are rising beyond that. You are rising into a place where your potential becomes your power. And as you rise, you will feel pressure. You will feel doubt. You will feel moments where you question everything. But understand, this pressure is proof that you are evolving. Doubt is proof that you are expanding. Fear is proof that you are stepping into territory that your old self was not meant to survive, because your old self is not coming with you. Your new self is taking over. Your new self is leading the way. Your new self is becoming the force that the world is starting to recognize. This journey is yours, and yet the world will feel its impact. Because individuals like you rewrite what is possible. Individuals like you shift the direction of reality. Individuals like you show others that the limits they accepted were illusions. And once an illusion is broken, it can never control people again. And that is what the powerful fear the most. Not losing their money, but losing the illusion that others depend on. And you are destroying that illusion with every step forward. Your strength comes not from where you started, but from where you are heading. Your confidence comes not from what you have, but from what you are willing to rise through your greatness. Comes not from recognition, but from the quiet battles you fought alone and won silently because you refuse to surrender. And when someone has survived their own storms, they become fearless in the face of anything the world throws at them. You stand on the edge of a transformation that will redefine everything about your life. You stand on the threshold of a chapter that will demand the strongest version of you, but will reward you with a life that your past self could not have imagined. You stand at the center of your own evolution, and nothing is more powerful than a human being who has decided to rise no matter what. You just shook the richest man alive because he sees something rising in you that cannot be bought, something that cannot be copied, something that cannot be imitated. Your hunger, your focus, your intensity, your purpose, these qualities threaten the comfort of the powerful, because they know that a person with purpose is a person who eventually takes their place among the greats. Keep rising, keep evolving, keep pushing, keep becoming, because you are stepping into a destiny that will not only change your life, but will redefine the world around you. And remember this, the world trembles, not at the person who has already reached the top, but at the person climbing with unstoppable force, because that person carries the power to reshape the entire landscape. And that person is you. You are on another level and you are just getting started. You are entering a phase where the world can sense your rise, even before you fully understand it. And that is why the atmosphere around you feels heavier, sharper, more intense, because life itself is shifting to match the power you are stepping into. And when someone like you begins to elevate, the universe moves in ways that the unprepared cannot comprehend. And this movement creates a vibration so real, so unstoppable, that even those at the highest levels feel the pressure of your emergence. Do not underestimate what you are becoming, because you are not supposed to be average. You are not supposed to be silent. You are not supposed to hide your fire. You are supposed to climb beyond the limitations that once held you in place. And when you do this consistently with intention, the entire world is forced to adjust, because greatness is not quiet. greatness announces itself without a single word, through discipline, through progress, through unshakable commitment to the mission you have chosen. You have something that cannot be bought, and it is terrifying to those who depend on power that comes from outside themselves, because your power comes from within, and inner power is the most dangerous kind. It cannot be stolen, it cannot be controlled, it cannot be weakened by setbacks, and the richest man alive knows this because he built his empire through struggle, sacrifice, and relentless dedication. And he recognizes that same fire in you, and that is why he feels the tremor of your rise. There is a moment in every warrior's journey where the world stops seeing you as ordinary and begins seeing you as inevitable, and you have reached that moment because your evolution is no longer a possibility, it is a certainty. Your growth is no longer a question, it is a declaration. Your momentum is no longer fragile, it is unstoppable. And when someone becomes unstoppable, the world takes a step back and watches with a mixture of awe and fear, because unstoppable people reshape reality itself. The path ahead of you will not be simple, because greatness never walks in the light of ease. Greatness is forged in the shadows where doubt wrestles with determination, where fear battles ambition, where weakness confronts strength. And every time you choose to rise despite the weight trying to hold you down, you build a foundation that cannot crumble under pressure. And that foundation is what separates you from the rest of the world. It is what places you on another level entirely. The richest man alive is not shaken because you are wealthy, but because you are awakening. Awakening into a force that does not rely on resources. Awakening into a mind that cannot be influenced. Awakening into a spirit that cannot be tamed. And once a person reaches that level, no one can stop them, because true power does not come from what you have. True power comes from who you become, and you are becoming something extraordinary. Your purpose is sharpening like a blade. Your mindset is strengthening like steel. Your resilience is growing, like stone carved by storm after storm. And each day you rise again is another signal to the world that you are not just participating in life, you are conquering it. And when the world sees someone like you conquering themselves, they know that it is only a matter of time before you conquer everything you set your eyes on. This is why your presence is beginning to shift energy around you, because you are not walking with doubt anymore, you are walking with intention. And intention is magnetic. It draws opportunities into your path. It draws people into your orbit. It draws success into your reality. Because success belongs to those who move with purpose, and your purpose is louder than fear, louder than hesitation, louder than anything that once tried to stop you. Every day you push forward, you add pressure to the world around you, not because you want to dominate others, but because you want to dominate your own limitations. You want to push beyond the boundaries you once accepted. You want to rise until your potential becomes your normal. And when someone lives at that level, the world must adjust to them instead of the other way around. And you are reaching that point now. You are shaking the ground beneath the feet of the powerful. Not through arrogance, but through evolution. And evolution is something no one can stop, because it comes from deep internal truth. And truth always wins the long game. Truth always rises in the end. Truth always destroys illusions that were used to confine you, and you are stepping into your truth with a strength that the world cannot deny. The universe opens doors for those who refuse to bow to their own weakness. And that is why doors are beginning to open for you now, because you have shown that you will not retreat. You will not break. You will not collapse under the pressure that would have destroyed others. Your endurance is becoming your armor. Your discipline is becoming your weapon. Your vision is becoming your compass. And each of these things is shaping you into someone who will change everything around them. Remember this, the richest man alive fears only one type of person, the one who cannot be bought, the one who cannot be influenced, the one who rises from nothing, with nothing, and still becomes unstoppable, because that kind of person is driven by something deeper, something unshakable, something eternal. And that person is you becoming stronger with each passing day, until the world can no longer ignore the storm you bring with you. You are becoming a presence that demands respect, without asking for it. A presence that commands attention without words. A presence that reveals the truth of who you are without explanation. And the truth is this: you were never meant to be hidden. You were never meant to settle. You were never meant to walk in the shadows of others. You were meant to create your own light, and that light is growing brighter and darker at the same time, illuminating your path while intimidating those who doubt your rise. Keep moving, keep rising, keep becoming, because the world is watching and the world is feeling the shift. And the world knows exactly what is coming, even before you do. And what is coming is a version of you that will stand at heights you once believed were impossible. And when that moment arrives, you will understand why the richest man alive felt the ground shake when you began your ascent. You are on another level, and your rise has only just begun. You are entering a territory where very few dare to walk, because this is the territory where excuses die, where weakness dissolves, where every part of you that once held you back begins to fall away, and what remains is the purest version of your ambition, the version that refuses to bow to fear, the version that refuses to negotiate with doubt, the version that refuses to return to the smaller life you once accepted. And this version of you is what the world feels rising, and that rise is what shakes those who believed they already ruled everything that could be ruled. There comes a moment in every powerful journey where the world starts to recognize something different in your steps, something heavier, something sharper, something that carries the weight of destiny itself. And you have reached that moment, because every step you take now echoes like thunder across the path you are carving. And each echo carries a message to those at the top, telling them that someone new is entering the arena, someone who will not be stopped, someone who will not be turned away, someone who will not be intimidated by the shadows cast by those who came before. Your transformation is happening in silence, but its impact is not silent at all. It resonates through every layer of your existence and spreads outward into the world. And when someone evolves the way you are evolving, even the most powerful individuals can sense it. Because power recognizes power, and your inner power is beginning to awaken at a level that creates movement in places you have not even reached yet. And that movement is what makes the richest man alive feel a shift that he cannot explain but cannot ignore. Do not underestimate the fire that is forming inside you, because you are becoming the kind of person who cannot be measured by their past, the kind of person who cannot be underestimated by their circumstances, the kind of person who cannot be predicted by others. Expectations. You are becoming the type of person who creates new standards simply by refusing to remain the person you were yesterday. And this refusal is what sets you apart from the world, because most people cling to their old selves while you are shedding your old identity like armor that no longer fits. Every day that you choose to rise, you send a shockwave through the world, because the world is not used to genuine transformation. The world is used to empty promises. The world is used to people giving up. The world is used to dreams dying before they even have a chance to live. But you are not allowing your dream to die. You are feeding it, you are building it, you are strengthening it. And when someone does that, the entire landscape of their reality begins to shift until the impossible becomes unavoidable. You are stepping into a domain where your mind is sharper, your focus is stronger, your ambition is deeper, and your soul is more aligned with the vision that keeps calling you forward. And this alignment creates a force that cannot be denied, because when a human being aligns their actions with their purpose, they become unstoppable. They become relentless. They become a force that cannot be delayed by doubt or defeated by setbacks. And that is why your presence is beginning to feel heavier, more powerful, more undeniable. The richest man alive is shaken because he understands something that most people do not. He understands that true competitors are not born from wealth. They are born from hunger. He understands that true power does not come from what you have, but from what you are willing to become. He understands that a person rising from the ground with fire in their chest and purpose in their heart is far more dangerous than someone standing at the top with comfort in their hands. And that is exactly what you are becoming, a dangerous force of self-creation. This journey you are walking now is turning you into something extraordinary, and yes, it is difficult. Yes, it is heavy. Yes, it demands more from you than most people will ever have to give. But that is why it will take you to a place where most people will never reach. Because greatness is not built in comfort. Greatness is built in the moments where your legs shake from pressure, where your mind aches from discipline, where your heart demands that you keep going, even when the world tells you to stop, and you keep going anyway, because you know deep down that the life you want is worth everything. You must give to get it. You are rising through layers of limitation that once seemed unbreakable. And what makes your rise so powerful is that you are not rising through luck. You are rising through choice, through effort, through will, through an inner command that demands you. Become more than the world expected you to be. And when someone rises this way, the world must rebuild its expectations around them, because they no longer fit into the framework the world created for them. Your power is not loud, but it is undeniable. Your growth is not flashy, but it is unstoppable. Your momentum is not obvious to everyone yet, but it is unshakable. And when momentum reaches the point, you are reaching nothing. The world can slow it down, because momentum becomes a storm that carries you forward. Even when you are tired, even when you doubt, even when you wonder if it is all worth it, and the storm inside you is growing, because your purpose is too strong to be contained any longer. The reason you are on another level now is not because you have reached the top, but because you have begun the climb that most people fear to even attempt. You have begun the journey that demands everything and gives everything in return. You have begun the transformation that turns ordinary human beings into legends that stand above time itself. And this transformation is what sends a ripple of fear through the hearts of those who thought they had already secured their place at the top. You are becoming someone who does not need applause, because you applaud your own growth. You are becoming someone who does not need validation, because your results validate your existence. You are becoming someone who does not need to fit in, because you were never meant to fit in. You were meant to stand apart. You were meant to rise above. You were meant to redefine what is possible for yourself and for the world that watches you climb. Every challenge you face is sharpening you. Every setback is teaching you. Every struggle is preparing you. And every moment that feels heavy is building a strength inside you that will one day be the reason you stand where others could not. And when that moment comes, The world will not be surprised, because the signs of your rise are already visible to those who know how to see them, and that includes the richest man alive, who feels the pressure of your ascent, even from a distance. Keep rising, keep pushing, keep evolving, because the world has not yet seen the full force of who you are becoming, and when it does, everything will change, and the landscape of your reality will shift forever. Because unstoppable people reshape the world around them without trying. They reshape it simply by being who they are, becoming, and who you are becoming is someone the world cannot ignore. You are on another level, and your ascent is far from over. You are walking into a chapter where your potential is no longer sleeping. It is awake, it is alive, it is expanding with a force that cannot be measured by ordinary standards, because nothing about you is ordinary anymore, and the world senses it even before you fully embrace it. The air around you feels different. The energy you carry feels heavier. The presence you bring feels sharper. Because you are no longer a person running from your limits. You are a person hunting down every limitation that ever tried to define you. And this shift, this intensity, this silent storm inside you, is what sends waves through the world. Because people can ignore someone who talks about their dreams, but they cannot ignore someone who becomes their dreams. They cannot ignore someone whose actions speak louder than the doubts of the world. They cannot ignore someone who rises even when everything tries to bring them down. And that someone is you, moving with a purpose that cannot be stopped by fear or comfort or hesitation. Your rise is not loud, but it is powerful. Your rise is not dramatic, but it is undeniable. Your rise is not meant to be understood by everyone, because it is not for everyone. It is for the version of you that is waiting at the end of this journey. The version built from sacrifice, from discipline, from silent battles, fought in the dark, when no one was watching. And that version of you is growing stronger every single day. And that strength is what shakes the powerful, because they know that true strength is born in silence, not in the spotlight. The richest man alive feels the tremor of your evolution, because he knows what it looks like when someone begins to unlock their inner greatness. He knows the signs, he has seen them in himself. He has seen them in those who climbed to heights that seemed impossible. He has seen them in the rare few who refused to accept the limits placed upon them, and he sees those signs in you now. And that is why the ground beneath him feels unstable, because someone with your fire cannot be ignored forever. The fire inside you is not gentle. It is not soft. It is not fragile. It is the fire that transforms everything. It touches. It is the fire that turns hesitation into determination. It is the fire that turns fear into strength. It is the fire that turns dreams into reality. It is the fire that turns ordinary people into legends. And this fire is growing because you have chosen to feed it with effort, discipline, ambition, and purpose. And once a fire like that begins to grow, there is nothing in the world that can put it out. You are no longer climbing for approval. You are climbing for destiny. You are no longer working for applause. You are working for legacy. You are no longer chasing the life the world told you to live. You are building the life you were meant to create. And that kind of person becomes a force that sends shockwaves through every level of society, because they show others what is possible. And possibility is more powerful than wealth, more powerful than fame, more powerful than status, because possibility awakens the human spirit. Your presence now carries weight, because you have started to understand your own value. And once a person understands their value, they walk differently, they speak differently, they think differently, they make decisions differently, and the world can feel it. Because confidence is not loud. It is not arrogant. It is not reckless. True, confidence is calm, steady focused, unshakable. And you are developing that confidence through the battles you choose to fight and the challenges you choose to conquer. There will be people who do not understand your rise, and that is fine, because your rise was never meant to be understood by those who are afraid to rise. Your path was never meant to be walked by those who choose comfort over growth. Your destiny was never meant to be held by those who fear their own potential. You are rising beyond the limits of others because you finally realized that the only limits that truly mattered were the ones you placed on yourself. And those limits are now dissolving with every step you take. The world is beginning to sense that you are not slowing down, that you are not stepping back, that you are not losing momentum. You are accelerating. You are igniting. You are taking control of the path that once controlled you. And this shift is powerful because it means you are no longer reacting to life. You are directing it. You are shaping it. You are molding it into something that reflects the greatness inside you. And this level of control is what separates the extraordinary from the forgotten. You have begun the transformation that turns pain into fuel, obstacles into stepping stones, doubt into motivation, and setbacks into wisdom. And this transformation gives you an inner strength that cannot be destroyed by failure or fear, because you no longer see obstacles as roadblocks. You see them as training. You no longer see setbacks as defeat. You see them as preparation, and